They are both really good choices if you love any of these brands. However, as I said in its review, I don't consider the QN70F as a real mini LED. Why? Well, this backlighting technology only has 18 dimming zones for this 55-inch size, while the C6K has 180 dimming zones. It is true that the dimming zones of both models vary according to each size. This means larger sizes will have more dimming zones. But even so, the TCL C6K will be always superior in theory and in practice in this area, which from my point of view is the most important about a mini LED TV. The performance of the QN70F is not as bad as I thought was going to be. Nevertheless, taking into account its backlighting technology is not a real mini LED but vertical LED tubes, or as Samsung prefers to call it, quantum matrix technology slim. Sometimes some parts of the scenes look darker compared to other parts of the same scenes, while the results on the C6K are more uniform and with deeper black colors and still shows a good level of detail. And what about brightness and colors? Well, both TVs have a good level of brightness, and you need to understand that brightness on both TVs vary according to each picture mode and also to each size. This means larger sizes will have more brightness. If the content has SDR, both TVs have these parameters in order to improve contrast, color enhancement, and level of detail, so this way SDR content looks like if it had HDR. And if the content has native HDR, they both have these options in case you want to improve results even more. However, I think here TCL has a slight advantage because you're able to decide if you want to emphasize brightness, level of detail, or if you want a balanced result. By the way, you need to know that the TCL is compatible with Dolby Vision and also with IMAX Enhanced. I know that for many users a TV not having these two technologies, or at least Dolby Vision, might be a deal breaker, although I don't consider these two technologies so important. And in terms of colors, they both have quantum dots applied to their LCD screens. And they have these parameters in case you want to increase color saturation. Of course, I'm not telling you to do this, I am simply showing you what these models are capable of in this area. Gray uniformity on both TVs is okay. The dirty screen effect is not so noticeable, and in fact, when you watch content with higher color volume, I consider that the dirty screen effect is almost imperceptible on both models. Image upscaling is good in general. Both brands claim that these results are applied by using artificial intelligence, but I remind you guys that TVs were already intelligent or smart, and simply keep into account that no current 4K TV will show you 4K results if the content resolution is low. Viewing angles on both TVs are not the best. TCL's panel is HVA, and it's supposed to have better results compared to a conventional VA panel, as for example the Samsung has. However, the results on the TCL are not as impressive as promised on its website, and the results on the Samsung are slightly worse. And in terms of motion handling, they both have an outstanding performance by decreasing a lot jitter if you need it. Nevertheless, when digital improvement is applied, I perceived less artifacts on the TCL. I mean, the result in the Samsung is pretty good, but from my point of view, it's slightly better on the TCL. About the gaming area, you simply need to know that both TVs are compatible with the 120Hz in 4K and also with the 144Hz in 4K, along with variable refresh rate technologies. However, on the TCL this is possible only in two HDMI 2.1 ports, while on the Samsung this is possible in all the four HDMI 2.1 ports it has. This will be a problem on the TCL if, for example, you have two or more consoles and a soundbar or home theater. Both TVs have DC game bars with different features. The TCL's game bar has these three theme styles. On both, you can, for example, make an aiming aid appear on the screen and you can change the position if you need it. But the most important will be the picture modes they offer. The TCL only offers 3 picture modes, which maybe for the vast majority of users will be enough. But the Samsung offers 9 picture modes, including the auto mode, which is supposed to choose the best picture mode by using artificial intelligence according to the type of video game you're going to play. Input lag on both TVs in theory and in practice is more than good for almost every user. General gaming performance on both models is outstanding. I personally didn't notice any ghosting effect even by playing this type of video games with a lot of dark scenes and fast movements. And of course you won't notice screen tearing because they both support variable refresh rate technologies. About the smart area, these are their remotes. The one remote of the Samsung is smaller, is much more ergonomic and it can be charged via solar panel or USB Type-C. The remote of the TCL is not bad. The operating system of the TCL is Android TV with Google TV, while the Samsung has One UI Tizen. Smoothness or fluency of both operating systems is okay. The main difference here is that you can install APK files on the TCL if you need it, while on the Samsung this won't be possible, and the apps of the Samsung vary according to each country. Both TVs have these menus for shortcuts and you can change the position of these icons, which is very useful. However, the TCL has an advantage here because you can add or remove shortcuts and it has more variety of them. They both include voice assistance and the option for hands-free voice control, and both TVs support what is known as multi-visual or multi-view, but here the TCL has more options as you can see. In order to finish this video, let me tell you that about their speaker systems, the TCL also wins because the performance is better in general, it has more bass and good clarity, while the Samsung does not have subwoofer, although it has good clarity. For the TCL in some situations you won't miss a soundbar, while with the Samsung a soundbar will be a good or almost mandatory complement. Now, if you guys ask me which one of these smart TVs do I recommend you, well, of course the TCL will be more balanced and the smartest choice. The only thing I like about the Samsung is the one remote because it's smaller and much more ergonomic. But for everything else, speaking objectively, the TCL is simply better. But guys, what do you think about them? Which one of these models will you buy and why? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I remind you can support my channel by doing some purchases through the links I put in the description and also in the first comment. Also clicking the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and until next time.